Welcome to Bear Armory. Today we will talk about a very interesting example of an experimental weapon designed for self-defense. The weapon was never put into production for a variety of reasons, which we will also talk about. 90s of the last century were the time of appearance of many new weapons. Particularly frequent was the appearance of pistols and machine guns. The military leadership of the USSR understood that the Kalashnikov assault rifle was not always suitable for certain tasks. What was needed was a more accurate weapon, namely a submachine gun. And so the designers introduced the Aisberg submachine gun. This weapon was not developed from scratch. It was based on the then existing Kippers pistol. But given that it was a gas-powered machine gun that was being developed, the designers seriously considered changing the design to make it impossible to return the weapon to its combat characteristics and convert it back to a combat-ready weapon. Even now such processes are extremely popular among underground gunsmiths. The gun was redesigned so that only the hull was actually left of the Cypress. The ammunition feeding system was changed, as well as charge ignition mechanism. They abandoned the use of the primer and, consequently, the firing pin. The cartridges used by this weapon were also developed by the manufacturer. It is a good commercial solution to create a weapon and an ammunition. It is, first of all, money, but, moreover, it is a great way to eliminate possible conflicts between the weapon and the ammunition when using ammunition from other manufacturers. With such a scheme, the manufacturer would have everything under control. But we will come back to the cartridges themselves. The gun consisted of three main parts: the grip and trigger, the barrel, and the uppers with the electronic unit. As you can see, the gun had no traditional magazine. Ammunition was located at the top of the receiver and in exactly the same position as in the photo, and triggered in exactly the same way. There was no magazine loading mechanism, and it was not needed. It had no need for a traditional cartridge feeding mechanism, but it was sufficiently equipped with the electric contacts, and the cartridge was fed directly into the chamber. Since the ammunition was gas-operated, it was possible to feed the gas directly from perpendicularly placed cartridge in the barrel. The magazine capacity was 24 rounds, and reloading was strictly manual, 1 round at a time. There were no magazines or magazines. The electronics unit is no less interesting. The Iceberg was powered by an ordinary 9-volt household battery. The electronics unit had an ammunition indicator and even an adjustment of the firing rate. The electronics also had a readiness to load indicator and an electronic fuse. When firing, the electronics made sure that cartridges were fired one after the other and did not allow 2 cartridges to be fired at once. For a 90s blaster, the Han Solo. About the cartridges. As we said, the cartridges were developed by the same company. They differed from the traditional ones in that they did not contain the traditional gas charge. This, by the way, greatly increases the safety of ammunition storage. The gas is formed at the moment when the electric igniter, which ignites the powder and the powder compound, which under the influence of the temperature rising from the burning powder, releases an irritant gas. In fact, the irritant gas is produced during the firing process right inside the weapon. After the cartridge firing, all the gas released is sent into the barrel, since there is nowhere else for it to go, and further towards the victim. Unfortunately, the gun was never put into production. There were versions that the machine gun was capable of creating too large a cloud of gas and harming the shooter himself. I can't believe it, as the gas pistol, in a headwind, is also capable of hitting the shooter. It's not about the size of the gas cloud created. Personally, I think that potential buyers are simply scared of the boldness and variety of innovative ideas applied by the developers. I am not surprised that sometime in the future we will see such technical solutions applied in modern weapons.
What interesting and unusual guns do you remember, do you know? Be sure to share your opinions in the comments. If you like this video, please click on the like button. You can support me by teasing about my stuff, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you click on the bell button not to miss any new videos and be updated on the latest news. Take care of yourself and your loved ones. Thanks to everyone. Bye bye.